kind of hard to get out of here without talking a little bit about the budget crisis at LSU. And I just wanted to maybe ask both of you a slightly different question. First of all, Bob, what are your thoughts on LSU SGA President Jay Hudson calling out Governor Jindal for his travels during the budget crisis for higher education?
Well, I think it was a smart thing to do, and especially since the student government leaders have tried to meet with the governor on numerous occasions and have been turned down. I mean, I think it was an act of sort of desperation, a very clever act of desperation, but it got the governor's attention. I thought it was interesting, though, that the governor, instead of saying, "Okay, I'll be back next Tuesday and we'll set up a meeting," instead he chose to communicate with the students by posting something on his Facebook page in which they misspelled education.
They misspelled higher.
I'm sorry, they misspelled higher. It was. I thought it was an odd way to respond. That I'm out of state all the time. I don't have time to meet with you, and he sort of accentuates the separation between he and these students by only communicating with them by Facebook. I think my response would have been, why don't you hold your fundraisers on Facebook and your meetings in person instead of the other way around? I mean, your constituents and these students are really important. I personally, just from a political standpoint, I don't understand why the governor is not on this campus and on other campuses trying to explain to students why he's doing what he has to do. There's probably some good reasons, that persuasive reasons that he can give. We might not agree with them, but if I were him, I would be engaging students instead of spurning them and insulting them by just communicating with them on Facebook.
Well, for as long as I remember, I mean, there's been student apathy on the LSU campus. I mean, it's been talked about many, many times. Well, that's not the case this time around. It seems like students are actually very engaged with this budget process.
Yeah, absolutely. And this is so different than, I've been here almost 30 years. This is so different because LSU has a lot to lose now. LSU has re-become a really strong university and is a really important engine for Louisiana's economy. It's one of these things that's one of the real bright shining lights in Louisiana that's going to take us forward. I know in the last 15 or 20 years, LSU has risen in the ratings. You can feel it on campus. Students are better. Programs have gotten better, and we're really becoming a flagship university outside of Louisiana. We're something that we can really be proud of, much more so. LSU's always been a good university, but it's becoming a great university again. It had its heyday back in the 30s and 40s, and it's really come back in the last 10 years. And I would hate in a year or so just the knees cut off. And that's what I think. Those of us who've been here a while, we've really been working hard to bring LSU to a place where it is now, and all of a sudden you feel like the knees are cut off after all that work. And I think that's why this is so different, because so many people out here have worked so hard to make this place what it is, and then, you know, in 6 months you're set back 20 years.
Well, guys, I certainly appreciate your service to LSU. You guys are great to have sat down and talked to us for a little while, and good luck in the future endeavors. Thanks a lot.
Thanks. Good to be here.
Thank you.